Matthew 5:6. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. This verse is the fourth part of the Beatitudes, which Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount. And he says in this one that those who hunger and thirst for righteousness are blessed. Those who have a strong desire to see righteousness, that they thirst for it, they hunger for it. If you have that desire, you are blessed. And this has different parts. There's the righteousness of the way that you act. And there's the righteousness that the world is facing a struggle to maintain. Because there is a lot of injustice in the world. And it is a noble thing to want to help to fight against that injustice. And there's many different ways that that can be done. You could become a lawyer. You could become a government official. You could actively do something directly to change laws. You could become a judge. You could do something actively to deal out the proper penalties, the proper punishments for crime. You could become a police officer. You could become a soldier. You could fight against those who do what is wrong, and you could prevent people from causing more harm. There's many different ways to seek righteousness in the world at large, and it is a very noble pursuit because there are so many people who see injustice around the world and are unwilling to do anything. They're not willing to so much as lift a finger. They're not willing to as much as contact someone who can do something, contact their government officials, contact the representatives. They're not willing to sign any petition. They're not willing to go to any kind of protest. They just see the injustice. They feel bad about it, but they don't do anything. They don't let their feeling, their desire for justice, go far enough to actually provide something for the world. But if you have the hunger and the thirst for righteousness, that you're willing to do something, you're willing to stand up, to stand out, and to fight against the powers of injustice, the powers of immorality in the world, Jesus says that you will be filled. You will find satisfaction. If you seek for there to be justice, if you seek for there to be, equality, then Jesus says you will be filled. That doesn't mean that every single situation is going to end up well. It doesn't mean that every single time you're going to see a victory. But what it does mean is that God will not leave you empty-handed. He will not leave you unfulfilled. Because sometimes God allows bad things to happen. Sometimes God allows people to get away with things. But God promises that if you fight on His side and if you seek justice, you seek righteousness, He will support you. He will fill you. He will help you. So don't let the fact that sometimes people get away with things, don't let the fact that sometimes evil men don't get punished, don't let that discourage you, because God cares, and He can use you to fight against those who are doing what is wrong. And there's also the component of righteousness in your own life, a desire, a hunger, and a thirst to live in a righteous way yourself. Because if we choose to live in an unrighteous way, we're not just refusing to help against the injustice in the world, but we're causing more of it. We're causing more problems. We're causing more issues. So we have to have a desire to be loving, to be kind, compassionate, not hateful, not stealing, not hurting, not causing violence against others, not stirring up fights, not stirring up divisions, not refusing to do what is right, not refusing to deal out what is just. Although you have to keep in mind, we are not God, so you have to be very careful about seeking out street justice. However, there are some situations where we have been entrusted with a position that means we ought to be going against injustice. So no matter where you are, you have to make the choice to desire justice, to desire righteousness with how you live, and seek after it, because God also promises if you seek that, He will fill you. He will not leave you helpless. He will support